Okay, there were a few issues going live on YouTube, so I'm hoping that we are all live and okay. You guys will let me know if that's not the case. There was a problem going live, so hopefully we're live, good to go, ready for the race, all locked in. Microphone isn't muted, which is excellent. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I don't even have the feed on yet. Let me get my feed. Let me get my feed on. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm always excited for a race. We'll see exactly what happens, though. See exactly. I'm still expecting a win from Max Verstappen, to be honest. Okay, good. Good noon, Calf. Just checking, making sure everything was all gravy. It seems to be all gravy. Excellent. For some reason, Logan Sargent's car GPS is showing us already in the first corner. Is he winning? He's winning. Oh dear. Yes, good afternoon, Calf. Well, it's actually still good morning, really, isn't it? It's an early race in Baku. Normally races start about 2 o'clock, but this one's a midday bozzer. I've already started working on my race preview. Well, weekend review, I should say, sorry. Did that this morning, or at least part of it. You know, obviously the covering the sprint and what have you. I might try and get that out today once the race is finished. Hey, Paul, Tom. Good afternoon. Welcome. We're about 7-ish minutes away from the start of the race. And I'm excited. I hope you're all excited. I'm a little bit worried, though, if I'm being honest, that it's going to be a little bit of a boring race once it settles down, you know? But they got fined. AlphaTauri got fined for releasing the car in an unsafe condition, but I think it was like $5,000 or something. It was nothing. So yeah, but other than that, he didn't get any. I mean, look, when you look at the damage on that car, he did have substantial damage. And my immediate reaction was Max was overreacting. I was, oh, he's just overreacting. But he did have a lot of damage, to be fair. But he was maybe a little bit extreme afterwards. It's quite obvious that it wasn't some intentional dive or anything. So, I mean, it does happen in racing. I don't think he needs to be, aggressively calling people, names like that. But it's not the first time. You remember that incident with Ocon in Brazil? And he went into the pit lane and gave Ocon a shove because he was getting annoyed with him. Well, that's the thing. He was actually really unlucky to get the damage that he did from that incident, because it was a nothing incident, really. It was a little tap. It was a nothing. He was really unlucky to get that level of damage from it. But ultimately, he was able to carry on and got 3rd place. So it's not the end of the world, was it? I think someone said this on Twitter, and I think this is quite apparent. Max has been racing everyone so hard for so many years, right? He doesn't back out. He races hard. And yet, he seems to expect other people not to race him hard. I don't know whether you agree. Maybe that's unfair, but he seems to get annoyed when other people race him hard. It's like, well, Max, you've been doing this for years, mate. You're now on the flip side of it because you're the world champion. And so you're seeing it from a different perspective. So, yeah. You know, I think Max was fine going around the outside there because he was still ahead at that point. But he had to know that George Russell isn't just going to go, oh, okay, it's Max Verstappen, so I won't go for the overtake. Do you know what I mean? He has to know that George isn't going to back out. George isn't going to back out. And just to be clear, if that was George Russell and the roles were reversed and George Russell was on the outside or Lewis Hamilton, Max isn't backing out of that. But I think Max's argument is, well, he doesn't have an issue with him going for it. He has an issue with the fact that he, you know, went in too deep and clipped him. So, I don't know. Either way. It happened, didn't it? It happened, so... anyway, Eddie, good noon to you. Brock, good noon. Affy, Tilbo, hope you're all well. Hope you're all gunning forward for a good old afternoon of racing. Well, I mean, hopefully. I don't see any situation, though, where Charles Leclerc wins this race other than some sort of calamity from Red Bull on reliability or something, because from what we saw yesterday, the pace of Sergio Perez was superior to Charles Leclerc, and Max Verstappen had supposedly 5/10 worth of damage, and he was keeping up with Charles. So with a normal undamaged car, it's fair to say that Max, I think, will be passed. If he doesn't beat him off the line, I think Max will be past him very early on in the race. Yeah, I just don't see a scenario, really. So, we'll see. I think I don't know if the temperatures are a little bit cooler today compared to yesterday. George was saying the wind, it's a lot windier. Yeah, I agree. I think it is over for as soon as DRS comes, Max Verstappen is gone. I don't see any scenario where that doesn't happen. Oh, excuse me. What's weird, right? I've got a YouTube chat built into my OBS on my streaming PC, and everyone's got coloured names and everything. But on my dashboard, on the other screen, no one's got coloured names.
Radio check, Charles.
Why? Why is that?
And radio check.
I want coloured names over here.
All cars starting the medium tyre.
I noticed with YouTube as well
Hulkenberg at the back, all starting on hards. Have a good race.
that if you pop out the chat, it just goes like full basic mode with no colours. It's really weird. Yeah, the thing is, it's a tough one, Wiggle, because there's it's a whole thing about the diffuser with the DRS system with Red Bull. The diffuser and the beam wing, essentially, when the DRS opens, it creates a certain like air effect that basically stalls the beam wing, so that it's producing less downforce, which is what you want in a straight line. But it's quite a technical thing. I'm not sure if I'm the right person to be talking about it, you know? But maybe. Everyone is on mediums apart from Hulkenberg and Ocon, who are starting from the pit lane. Ocon, because he changed his car yesterday, so he has to start the race and the sprint from the pits. Hulkenberg changed car setups overnight, so he has to start from the pits. And Nick De Vries, who obviously crashed. Lewis Hamilton, I think, wanted to change his car, but obviously couldn't. He said overnight that he was struggling with pace during the sprint yesterday, and he knows why, but he can't change anything on the car other than front wing, so he just has to accept it. So... yeah, but that theatre extension isn't on... so my OBS window has all the colours, but my actual YouTube dashboard on Chrome doesn't, which is weird. Well, it has... it's very strange. I don't know. It's all good. I mean, I'm not surprised everyone's gone for the medium. I mean, that's the one to have, innit? They don't want hards off the line. Alonso right behind Hamilton. He'll be looking to go past again. Scrub mediums, I think you're right, yeah. Oh, I might have to sit down again during the race. Back's hurting. Alright, as always, when the lights start to go on, I will tell you, so that if you want to pause your stream or whatever, so that you're in tune, then you can do it. There he is. Christian Horner. It's a very... he's coming to the line very slow now, Charles Leclerc. Building them all up on the straight. He obviously doesn't want to be sitting there for a long time. Which is fair. That's his right. It's going very slow. Oh, God. Max is pointing all the way to that right-hand side of the track. He's like on a missile trajectory. Nico Hulkenberg and Ocon can't go through until every car's passed. Right. Lights are going on now. Go. Max got a good start, did he? No, not good enough. Hamilton had to cover from Alonso there. Oh, it's crashed at the back. I didn't see one of the Alphas, I think. It was a bit of carbon fiber going missing. The two Aston Martins running alongside each other. Where's Russell up to? I think Russell's still in 11th. The track map has stopped.
2 burnouts, please.
And that live timing is broken. I'll reset it. There is a yellow flag sector 1, though. Double yellow. There we go.
Front wing damage, I'm sure. I can't see it yet, but I think
Yeah, it's for the debris. There was an incident on turn 2. A couple of cars got into each other. I didn't see who it was. I think one of them was an Alpha. Max Verstappen is all over the gearbox of Charles Leclerc already. He might even get him before DRS. He might get him down this straight, you know. No, he's not quite close enough, but bloody hell. Once DRS is live, this is over. They've already gapped Carlos Sainz and Hamilton. Crazy. Russell actually got up to 9th. He gained 2 positions.
We'll keep looking, but for the moment, we're going to stay out. We've got yellow flags.
I think there was an Alfa Romeo involved, but there might have been an Alpha Tauri as well.
There is for sure some damage copy.
Yeah, Max is staying within half a second of Charles Leclerc. There's no DRS at the minute, but once DRS is there...
Had some contact, left rear.
Copy, no concern, car looks okay.
I think Bottas was one of the cars involved in the Alfa Romeo because he's dropped down to 18th behind De Vries. So Max is right on him. He's 3 to 4 tenths behind him. I think he's gonna go past without DRS here, honestly. He's so close to him down the straight.
definitely plan A because of this damage.
How does the car feel, Kev? How does the car feel?
It's understeering.
Oof, not quite.
I'm following because
But DRS is enabled now, and Charles Leclerc is going to be a sitting duck. A sitting duck. Oh, Max is looking. I think the Ferrari will have too much pace for Mercedes. I think that there'll be an interesting sort of battle between Lewis and Fernando, maybe, but... See, Hamilton lost out again trying to go around the outside of the Ferrari. It's actually exactly what cost him in the sprint yesterday. But it's not necessarily that he's trying to go past, I think. It's that, well, he was quicker off the line, so he has to go somewhere. Oh, so K-Mag. Oh, yeah, he ran into the back of the Alpha of, I think, Bottas after Bottas was taking evading action for one of the McLarens and the Williams. That must be Piastri getting clipped by a Williams. Was that Albon or Sargent? They're both running close together. So Alex Albon clips Piastri, and then Bottas has to get out of it, and Magnussen just clips the back of Bottas's car. Yeah, we've now got DRS. Verstappen is half a second behind Charles Leclerc. And this is where he overtakes him and the race is over. Yeah. And bye-bye. Bye-bye. Now, will Charles Leclerc be able to hold behind him with DRS? That is the question. You know, the question here is, can Charles hold behind Max Verstappen and, you know, use DRS to pull him along, or will Max be able to pull out a lead? Because also you've got Perez right on Charles Leclerc's gearbox as well. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Oh, there you go. Through the middle sector, Charles Leclerc's already out of DRS. Oh, but he's back in just before the detection zone. It's going to be close as to whether he's going to get it or not. It's going to be close as to whether he's going to get it or not.
We are running too close to the cars in front.
Yeah, I think he dropped out of DRS. I guess it's going to be medium hard. Yeah, they don't want to touch that soft. Not after the sprint yesterday. You saw how easy it was, how hard it was for the guys on the soft. Yeah, Charles Leclerc dropped out of DRS. Perez didn't go past, but he will do next time.
Front left is light graining.
Copy understood.
There's a bloody water bottle on the track. What the hell? Lewis just ran over it. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be really close with all these cars at the minute. Lewis is hanging on to Sainz at the minute, and Alonso is right behind him, and Stroll's right behind him. Yeah, Perez, I think, is going to get Charles Leclerc here. I think he's going to get him. Because Charles Leclerc's just out of DRS range. Ooh, Perez. Yeah. Into turn one. Oh, Charles fighting it, but there's no point, mate. There's no point in him fighting it. Like, yeah, soft is. You're right, Tilbo. Yeah, soft is the softest compound, which sounds daft, but yeah, what it is, for those of you who don't know, there's 6 compounds now that Pirelli have, and they choose 3 to bring to the race weekend, and they're then called the soft, the medium, and the hard. But the soft for this weekend is the softest in their entire range. So, yeah, Norris and, was it Bottas, had the soft in the sprint yesterday, and it did not work out for them at all. They went off within about 4 or 5 laps, and they dropped back massively. So I think it's just going to be medium hard for most of these cars, I would thought. I don't see any other options.
Fernando, I will not attack.
Lance Stroll telling Fernando that he's not going to attack. To be honest, I mean, that's good team play to say that, but I don't really think Fernando Alonso gives a shit. Because I think he's quite comfortable if you know, Stroll did attack him. That is insane. So Fernando believes that Lewis Hamilton's tyres in front are graining and he's just biding his time. Fernando's... he said exactly what I thought he was going to say.
So
Oh, yeah,
Fernando, that Lance
listen.
will not attack you. Lance will not attack you. He's doing the same as you.
I mean, he can have a go. I think
Yeah, you can have a go.
yeah, Hamilton is opening the graining, but it's just a matter of time we overtake them.
Yeah, copy, man, copy.
Well, you can have a go if he fucking wants, yeah. He's like, well, I don't give a shit. You can have a go. But they're thinking, he thinks that Hamilton's is graining his tyres. Hamilton's out of the DRS range of Carlos Sainz now as well. Alonso's out of his range, but also he's out of Sainz's. Max pulling out a little bit on Perez now. I mean, to be honest, he's not like pulling away though, is he? He's not like, 5 seconds ahead at the minute. He's, they're holding station. I think everyone's dropped out of DRS mostly because I think they're hurting their tires and I guess they're just playing the long game. I don't know. I think, Verstappen did a 47.2, Perez did a 47 flat, Leclerc did a 48 that lap. Sainz did a 47.6. Yeah. One of the Williams is coming in, that's Albon, going into hards. Very early, isn't it? So Leclerc has dropped a little bit off Perez. It'll be interesting if Perez gets some speed on and actually is able to challenge Max. That would be interesting. Because that's not really something we've seen, is it? Perez challenging Max when they're both, completely equal. No issues for either car. And Perez coming in and challenging Max. That would be interesting. Be very interesting. Yeah, Albon's like some sort of, I was going to say hard god, but that sounds weird, doesn't it? Alonso's almost back in DRS of Hamilton. Fastest lap from Max, loves it. Yeah, Hamilton could be in trouble here because he doesn't have DRS from Sainz and Alonso now has DRS on him. And Perez is in DRS of Verstappen as well. Tsunoda's pitting. Piastri's pitting. Lots of cars pitting early now to go onto those hard tyres. Sargent's in the pits. Yeah. Alonso's all over the back of Lewis Hamilton now. You can see Lewis sliding around quite a bit. So Lewis is now dropped back quite significantly off Sainz, and Alonso and Stroll are now right behind him. I think they should just pit him. They're gonna pit. They're gonna pit Lewis. For sure.
In sector 2 where you can.
I think they're going to pit him. Yeah, Hamilton's dropped back significantly now, so... Yeah, they were boxing Lewis. Yeah, I mean, probably it doesn't surprise me really because lots of cars are pitting. It was a tidy pit stop. Norris pitted behind him. Oh, Hamilton's going to be in a gaggle of cars, though. Behind Kevin Magnussen. It's not a great place to come out. He's now in a train of cars who are also on the hard tyre in a DRS train. That's terrible. We've got a yellow flag, sector 1. I don't see any cars on the driver track. It's clean now. And also Perez pushing Verstappen. Yellow. 1 and 2. Max saying he's sliding.
Yeah, mate, I'm sliding.
Anderson.
Oh! AlphaTauri. Nick de Vries. Oh my god. Imagine if there's a safety car. All those people that just boxed are going to be ruined. It shouldn't be. He hasn't. There shouldn't be a safety car because he wasn't in the wall. He just needs to reverse out. Still parked. A safety car? Oh my god. That's ruined everyone that just stopped. Wow. I tell you what, Hamilton always gets fucked by safety cars. He always gets fucked by safety cars. Perez will take the lead of this. Basically, everyone who's on the mediums now should pit. Russell's going to jump Hamilton. I'm just trying to work out who else is going to benefit. Alonso and Stroll are going to jump Hamilton. Hamilton's going to drop out of the points, I think, with this safety car. Verstappen's going to lose out massive here. Because, I think Verstappen, Sainz, and Leclerc are all going to jump Verstappen. I think. Not that it really matters for Verstappen, because I think he'll get past them anyway, but... Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, Lewis has been ruined by this, like, massively. Because he's gonna get jumped by Stroll, Alonso, Russell. Overtaking in the pit lane. What the hell was that?
Okay, Lance. We're stacking. Fernando's 1 second in front of you. We're stacking.
How much gap?
Radio off, Lance. Radio off.
Well, Max is actually in third. He stayed in third, so that's not too bad. I thought he was going to be worse for him. George Russell's got up to 6. He's such a lucky fuck, George Russell is, I swear. He gets so much luck with safety cars. Hamilton's dropped from 5th to 10th because of that safety car. It's savage, man.
It didn't affect us a huge amount, but obviously, yeah.
It's so unfair, the safety car, isn't it? But that's racing. Verstappen's been ruined, but he's still in 3rd, and you'll get past Leclerc easily. We've seen that he can do that. Hamilton, the thing is, Hülkenberg and Ocon still need to stop.
Stroll is going very slow.
So,
They'll be racing Stroll.
Nice one, nice one.
yeah. Lots of people lost out there. No, Ocon and Hulk still need to stop because they started on the hards, obviously, and it's too early for them to stop. So they will need to stop at some point. But obviously, Stroll, Russell, Alonso, they're all now going to the end of the race. I mean, Checo stands a good chance of winning this race. Oh, yeah, Nick. He's not had a good weekend, Nick De Vries, has he? Clipped the inside wall. George, is that allowed what George Russell did? Is that allowed? George Russell went over the pit line. Is that allowed? That's not allowed, is it? I don't know. I don't know if that's allowed in the rules to cross that actual line before, you know, the pit entry. I've no idea.
Russell, racing Russell, pit safety car.
Cross the pit lane. On the left, coming in. He's in the slow lane.
We're not allowed to make a gap on the track, Lance. We're not allowed to make a gap on the track.
I didn't.
Head down, exactly. So head down.
I don't think that really matters because that's a separate incident, Stroll being slow going into the pits. That's irrelevant. I don't think you can overtake like that before the pit line. Yeah, Bernie's excellent because obviously she's been there and done it, being a strategist for Red Bull. So, you know, she knows what she's talking about. Safety car coming in this lap. Nick De Vries just put it in the wall, caused a safety car. Loads of people pitted before the safety car got ruined, including Max Verstappen. Perez is now leading. Craziness. He's not had a great weekend, Nick De Vries. He's not. So, how's Checo going to do this restart? Obviously, he doesn't want to get done by Charles Leclerc. He's obviously going to wait as long as he possibly can before he goes. And he's gone. He went quite early, actually. Yeah, Perez had to go defensive. Oh, Max might try and send it. George Russell got a little bit leery. Oh, Verstappen going down into turn 3 on... Ooh. Charles Leclerc is now in 3rd. Hamilton got 2 places on the restart. Oh, Fernando Alonso. Ooh. Turn 6, Alonso passed Sainz. He got mugged. Oi, oi, oi. So it's now a Red Bull 1-2. Hamilton's up to 8th behind Russell, who dropped behind Lance Stroll. Yeah, Sainz got mugged by Alonso. Alonso up to 4th. It was a great move from him. It was a big balls move. But you expect nothing less from Fernando Alonso, do you? You expect nothing less from Fernando Alonso. Remember, no DRS for 2 laps after a safety car. So, Verstappen is already 1.5 seconds behind Perez. And Leclerc's already 1.5 seconds behind Verstappen. What? Oh, why do I sound like that? Oh, Lewis. Oh, Lewis has gone past Russell without DRS. What? What? Bloody hell. That was a good move. Like, George left him room enough on the inside, but bloody hell, that was good racing between teammates. So, just watching this replay of Max and Charles Leclerc. Yeah, it was easy for him, wasn't it? And this Alonso move, I'm watching this Alonso move back on Carlos Sainz. He got really good exit. Carlos Sainz got out of it. If Carlos Sainz doesn't get out of that, I think they might, have been a little bit of a tangle, but Sainz got out of it. Oh, Lewis went so close to the wall. Bloody hell, Lewis. Oh, that was close to the wall, wasn't it? Oh. I was bloody clenching watching that back. Perez is being investigated for an unsafe release. That would be savage. He didn't look that bad to me. Do you think? Yeah, Carlos knew that Fernando was coming and he had to back out of it. Which was the right thing to do because Fernando was coming, whether he was there or not. So, yeah. Nah, the FIA are not trying to help Max. If it's unsafe, isn't it? Hamilton's dropped out of DRS now, though, of Stroll, so... Yeah. Oh, they've actually no further investigation on Perez. I think that's fair. I don't think it was a bad... I don't think it was a bad release or anything. I think it was all right, personally. Yeah. So the question is Verstappen going to be able to close the gap on Perez? Yeah, that's an interesting thing that Ted's talking about now. Do you think that Red Bull, they would have seen that car parked? Do you think they should have held off on pitting Max for another lap? Just trying to think there might be a safety car. Oh, Lance Stroll's hit the wall in the exact same spot as Nick de Vries. Ooh, that was a big hit. If I'm Nick de Vries, I'm thinking to myself, how the hell's he got away with it?
Hit the wall. Check tire.
Oh, they've noted the incident involving Russell entering the pits. It doesn't say it's under investigation. It says they've noted it. Interesting. Yeah. I think it's a weird decision from Red Bull. So there's no further investigation for the Russell incident. Well, it wasn't an incident, but they've obviously deemed that's just fine. So
Anti in sector 2, let me know if you're not happy doing that.
Yeah, well, this is too much, man.
another yellow flag. Yellow flags keep getting popped like bloody Smarties. What's going on? Crazy. So yeah, we're holding station at the minute with Perez and Verstappen. Leclerc's obviously dropped 4 seconds behind now. He's not in the races. I think Hamilton's going to be pretty annoyed that obviously he's lost 2 places because of the... Well, he lost more, but now he's still lost 2 places because of the safety car coming out when it did. He pitted, before the safety car, but Red Bull saw the incident with Nick de Vries and still chose to pull Max in. Surely they must have been thinking, hold on, no, wait a lap, there might be a safety car. It's odd that they chose to pit him, I think. I don't know. I think it's odd. But, yeah. Verstappen, 1.3 seconds behind Perez. He was a 10th quicker that lap. He's, nudging a 10th here and there, but nothing wild. Yeah, K-Mag with an absolute tank slapper. Well, Fernando just offering brake advice to Lance Stroll now, is he? What the hell?
Lance, my brake balance suggestion, as I am now, I think it's a good help.
Yeah, copy, Fernando, copy, I will understand.
Yeah, just tell Lance my brake settings. It might help him. That's a Chad move, that is. That's a Chad move. So, Hamilton's dropped back out of DRS of Stroll. Russell's out of DRS of Hamilton. They're kind of holding station. Ocon's behind them. He still hasn't stopped, though. Neither has Nico Hülkenberg. So Norris is running in 11th, but he's really running in a net 9th, as it happens at the minute. Both Aston Martins 4th and 5th. Stroll is actually in the DRS now of Carlos Sainz, so he might be putting some pressure on him. But Sainz is struggling to stay with Fernando Alonso, who's holding station, it seems, at the minute. Leclerc obviously nowhere near the Red Bulls. They're in a league of their own. League of their own. Oh, Ocon was close to the wall. Oh, I tell you what, Ocon got as close to the wall as you could get without actually hitting it. Wild. Absolutely wild. They've got to be careful with Lance Stroll, though, because he hit the wall pretty hard. So, obviously, he says the car's fine, but in theory, that doesn't mean that in time, that tyre... Oh, Stroll! Uh-oh. Strolly, baby. I don't think Hamilton's got DRS, though. Does he? Oh, he does. Oh, Stroll with a massive tank slapper. A massive tank slapper from Stroll. He was lucky that he didn't hit the wall.
How do I turn this brake thing off? I can't see my tyres.
Currently no way of switching that off without losing information.
Yeah, it was a bad mistake from Lance. Oof. That was close, wasn't it? That was close, man. He just, on throttle, he just lost it.
Yeah, I'm a little bit boxing with sliding, so let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
All drivers are complaining. Just keep focus, stay calm. Still a long race. A lot of things can happen.
So I think, yeah, Russell's in the... Oh, Perez. Lighten up those rear tires. Crikey. Verstappen and Perez, do you know what? They're matching lap times at the minute. It was a 145.5 from Verstappen last lap and a 145.4 from Perez. They're matching lap times. So the question is, are they going to keep this up? What do you think? Do you think Fernando gave Troll settings to Stroll? Hey, give Stroll my brake settings. Lol. Fernando, Lance is out of race. He had brake issue, and then Fernando's just like. Oh, God. Funny. Fernando's good entertainment, though, isn't he? He's good entertainment, Fernando, with stuff he comes out with. He's certainly a personality. That's for sure, isn't he? This was Perez getting close to the wall at turn 15. Oof. So, lap times last time around, 145.6 from Perez, 145.4 from Verstappen. But the time is still holding at 1.3 seconds, so... How many laps have we had since the safety car? 10?
No,
Maybe? And Charles Leclerc is almost 9 seconds behind Verstappen. Crazy. Craziness. George is right behind Stroll with DRS, but he seems like he's really far back. He's miles behind. Why was he so far behind then? You have a bad exit or something? What's Sainz got to say? Push and go hunting. Oh, hello. Carlos Sainz has been told to go hunting and pick up some Alonso deer. I'd like to see that fight.
Tires are stable. We are happy with tires and happy to push more and go hunting.
Lap 14. So we've had, what, 8 laps then? 8 laps and Charles Leclerc's 9 seconds behind. I mean, if we look at the lap times last time around, Verstappen did a 45.7, Perez a 45.8, Charles Leclerc did a 46.7. He's just now done a 46.6. He is a second a lap slower than the Red Bulls. Every lap. Which is pretty crazy, isn't it? Really? Pretty crazy. And Sainz has been told to push and go hunting, and the gap to Alonso has increased. So, maybe he misunderstood the message. Maybe when he was told to go hunting, he was setting up the tent. And, you know, he wasn't doing the hunting part. I don't know. Do you think we're going to have another stop? Or are they going to take the hards to the end? I wonder if someone is going to attempt to do another stop. Yeah, just sat by the campfire. Yeah, so we've got 11 laps on the hard tyre for Perez. So, and he came in during the safety car, so... Yeah. And plus the 2 for, you know, the safety car. So it's been, yeah, 8 or 9 laps. Ocon and Hülkenberg are currently in the top 10. But they both started from the pit lane, as they're talking about now. So Norris, Tsunoda, Piastri, Albon, Gasly, who are all stuck behind them, are on a completely different strategy to them. But Hülkenberg and Ocon are holding them up. Lewis seems to gain a little bit on Sainz, and then Sainz pulls the gap back out. Yeah, it's a weird one. Russell wants plan B. That might be a... Yeah, I think so. Russell's thinking another stop, it looks like.
Consider plan B.
Copy.
Stroll is really struggling with the rear. I don't think he'll make it to the end.
Yeah, A firm.
Russell could be past Stroll here. Oh, no, not quite. Not quite. Sainz is still, well, yeah, the gap. He was told to go hunting Alonso, and Alonso's pulled a bigger gap on him by over a second more. Gasly stopped again. Did he go mediums? Hold on. I think Gasly's stopped and gone mediums. No, he's gone hards again. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, Sainz's lap times haven't really been that great. Like for instance, 147, whereas Alonso's been doing 46.6s and Leclerc's been doing a 46.5. So Alonso's pace isn't far off Charles Leclerc's either. But Sainz's is, you know, half a second slower, as you say, than, you know, compared to his teammate and Alonso. I think Hamilton's just using the DRS to pull himself along at the minute. I'm finding it really interesting that Russell hasn't got past Stroll yet. I thought he would have been past him pretty quickly with the DRS, but he hasn't just yet. I wonder if plan B means they're going to stop again, you know, Gasly's already stopped again. Maybe other cars are going to. But, I mean, Gasly stopped a second time now. His teammate, Ocon, is still on the hards he started the race with, 25 laps in. So, Ocon, for instance, has to go to the mediums, really. Well, him and Hulkenberg have to go mediums. They've got no choice. Well, Sainz has been struggling a little bit recently, hasn't he? He's been struggling a little bit recently. Last couple races. This weekend, Sainz hasn't been on the pace. He hasn't been on the pace this weekend, Carlos. He hasn't been on the pace of his teammate, for sure. He's been a lot slower all weekend. And I think he himself said he wasn't feeling comfortable in the car, so... Hamilton's dropped out of DRS now of Sainz as well. Not by much, but enough. The big surprise here is that Perez is holding Max Verstappen. Last lap, right?
Nobody has reacted to stopping.
Last lap, Perez did a 1:45.734, and Max did a 1:45.738. That's how equally matched they are out front at the minute. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Stroll's actually pushing forward now. He's actually pulled a lot closer to Hamilton. He was 2 seconds away from Hamilton, and now he's only 1.2. Lance Stroll did a 1:46.7 last lap. Lewis did a 1:46.6, but overall the gap has has reduced by quite a lot. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but Stroll is now almost within... How has he just pulled a second out of his ass? Crazy. Yeah, because Hamilton's lost like 7/10 to Carlos Sainz. Yeah, so... Bloody hell, Leclerc, 12.5 seconds behind. Like, he just can't do anything, can he? He just can't do anything. Alonso's just matching Charles Leclerc's times, you know, with a certain amount, but yeah, it's nice to see Perez match Verstappen's pace, you know. He's really good at street circuits, though, Perez, like really good at street circuits. What's going on with Hulk? Oh, he clipped the outside wall. Bloody hell. You don't see that very often. He actually hit it pretty square on, though, so I think he'll be alright, but... Yeah, lap 26. Lap 25, Stroll took half a second out of Lewis, and lap 26, he took 9/10. Bloody bonkers. What the hell? 1.5 seconds in 2 laps. I don't know if that was Lewis making a mistake or Lance just being a god. It's possible Lewis was dropping back from Carlos to save tyres or something. I don't know. Right, I'm just going to grab a water. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right. What did I miss? Absolutely nothing.
What do you think between plan A and plan C? Are you still happy plan A?
Yes, the moment, yes.
Plan A, Plan C, Plan D, Plan E, Plan F, Plan Z. Oh dear. Yeah, Ferrari planned for everything. Perez has actually increased the gap to Verstappen, by the way. Gone from 1.3 to 1.6. It's kind of, you know, ebbing and flowing a little bit, but... What? Max just lost a lot of time. He just lost a second. He must have made a mistake. Max must have made a mistake somewhere. Yeah, probably Wiggle, yeah. It's hard to pick a place on a race circuit though where you're gonna watch because, you know. Max, something happened that lap because he lost a lot of time. We'll see when they cross the line now. Max had a really slow lap. Really slow lap. I mean, look. There's no point in letting Max through at this stage of the season. We're 4 races in or whatever it is. You know, yes, he got unlucky in the pits, obviously, with the you know, safety car. He got screwed by it, but I don't think we need to be changing positions at this stage of the season.
Just give us a heads up with what you're struggling with, Max.
The balance between the diff and engine braking is not good.
I think...
I'll have a look.
I think because Max seems to be dropping back from Perez. And I don't think... this is going to be controversial now. It's going to be controversial, but I'm going to say it. I don't think Max likes to lose when it's straight up like this. I don't think he'd like the idea that Perez could be quicker than him. And so at that point, it's very much, oh, there's engine braking and I've got an issue. And I'm not saying that he doesn't, by the way. I'm just saying that that tends to be the, you know, the thing. 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Charles lap time 6.3 and Fernando 5.7.
Are they fighting?
Not yet. Entire life on the hard is as expected.
Right, I'm back. Sorry.
This is a good lap.
Tires. Yeah. So Alonso's 1.8 seconds off Charles Leclerc. Sainz is 9 seconds behind them, so that's not going to happen. Hamilton, Stroll, and Russell are all within the same sort of distance of each other. Ocon and Hulkenberg still haven't bloody stopped. Well, this is what I mean. Like, Sainz has been way off the pace all weekend. But yeah, he's 9 seconds behind Alonso, which is mad.
And I know this is frustrating.
But then Perez and Verstappen are 15 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc. So. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, if you look at Carlos Sainz, he is a second slower on some laps than Charles Leclerc. That's mad. That's crazy. Craziness. Do you reckon Fernando can take Charles? I mean, I wouldn't rule it out, but I think Charles is holding at the minute. Verstappen with another fastest lap. Oh no, it wasn't the fastest lap. Sorry. Again, Perez 1:45.395. Verstappen 1:45.343. Like, they're very, very closely matched. Like, very closely matched. It's just... Yeah. Yeah, it has a little bit. It's been nullified a little bit, hasn't it, Blue? You know, everyone's sort of in DRS sort of trains and what have you. It's been nullified a little bit for sure. I agree. I think it's going to heat up towards the end of the race when people start. I think I don't know if anyone's really going to pit though. I think it's too much of a risk. What happened to Perez? Did he hit the wall though? Oh, he did, yeah.
Just keep up, keep battling away. We'll get there in the end.
I love how the engineer is saying to him, what happened at 15? He's like, yeah, he clipped the wall. Fastest lap from Perez, then followed by a fastest lap from Max Verstappen. Again, 1:45.262 for Perez, 1:45.218 for Verstappen. They're so equally matched. It's crazy.
What happened at 15? I clicked the wall again. Copy.
It's like your parents finding out that you did something. What happened? We know you did something. Tell us what you did. Yeah, Ocon and Hulkenberg are going to get out of the way, and then you're going to have Norris, Tsunoda, and then potentially Piastri, who's only 2 seconds behind, all fighting for those last two positions. Right, Sainz isn't going to pit then. Sainz, so they've told Sainz they're happy with his tyres. He's not going to pit. Yeah. Perez is going for it again. I love to see this from Perez. Because Perez was mighty in Jeddah as well, wasn't he?
So we are at the tire line.
Bottas pitting for mediums. He's pit. That is the third time he's pit. Yeah. Bloody hell. That's mad that some cars have pitted 3 times and Hulkenberg and Ocon haven't pitted once. Look at that balcony view. That balcony is... Oh, man. Have a few beers. There has to be a rule on those balconies, though. Surely you can't just have people having glasses over that could drop onto the track. Be a great view from there, though, wouldn't it? Put your feet up, have a beer. Oof. Yeah. Hamilton's well in DRS of Carlos Sainz now, by the way. He's slowly been creeping up on him. Looks like a nice place to visit, Baku. capacity seat. Hmm. Yeah, it's been a pretty uneventful race, really, hasn't it? Apart from some excitement early on with the leaders and then the safety car, other than that, it's been pretty uneventful.
Tyres are good to the end.
It's incredible, all these drivers, right? You know, 20 drivers driving around a street circuit like this with sort of millimeters everywhere, you know, walls everywhere. They've got to be millimeter accurate. And when you consider the amount of incidents that you have over a weekend, it's incredible that there isn't more. Like, they're so good at being so precise, lap after lap after lap. It's the consistency of braking in the right place, turning the car in the right place, lap after lap after lap after lap. Joe Guan Yu's boxing with an issue. It's been an absolute woeful race for Alfa Romeo. Crazy.
Joe, we have two.
I'm not sure Hamilton's got the pace to actually get past Carlos Sainz. But he's obviously got the pace to stick with him, but yeah, too far back. So 44.9 last time around from Perez, a 45.3 from Verstappen. Verstappen is now 3.3 seconds behind Perez. Perez is quicker. I mean, it's as simple as that. Perez has got the pace over Max Verstappen in this race. I don't think anyone expected that. Alonso's dropped back behind Charles Leclerc as well. Mercedes with some tyres? They're going to pit Lewis.
And at the end of this one, it's 14 laps. 14 laps.
Good number. Let's go for it.
Copy, mate. Let's go.
Hey, there's Angela. Angela Cullen was in the garage. I thought she's left Lewis now. Or is she still with him? Gasly's had an eventful race. He's currently down in 17th. Had a bad weekend, Pierre Gasly. A weekend to forget at Baku. He obviously had his engine issue in, was it FP1? Then he put it in the wall in qualifying. Yeah, it's not been great. Or maybe she is just visiting, yeah. $343 kilometers there, watching on board with Gasly, and he still didn't get past the Williams. It's crazy. I mean, he's going to get past him now. Sargent's been sort of off the pace a little bit as well. Probably taking it easy, though, after his big shunt yesterday. To be fair to him. And you can't really blame him. You can't really blame him. I feel like Max has given up the chase. I think Max has given up the chase. There's no way Fernando Alonso can get Charles Leclerc now. He's let the gap get up to 4.5 seconds. Like, you don't let the gap get up to 4.5 seconds and then...
Ahead. A safety car now would be very bad timing. We'd either stay out on a hard for 9th, or you'd pit from medium, be 11th, and on the same tyre as the cars ahead. We're after your thoughts.
Probably a new medium.
Yeah. Leclerc's got to get Max Verstappen. He just needs to get, 17 seconds in 11 laps. George is to blame. Yeah. Obviously, a much better race for Ferrari, though. You know, being closer to, the Red Bulls in qualifying. Obviously, they don't have the race pace, but no one does. So, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? So I think Ferrari won't be happy that they're 17 seconds behind, but they'll be happy that they're at least closer than they have been the last few races. Lewis is very close to Carlos Sainz. 0.6. Pretty decent exit as well. Lewis is going to be close, you know. He's not. It's close, but not close enough. Good exit, though. Well, I don't know when they're going to pit. Like, they've got on those hard tyres now for 10 laps. When they do pit, they won't have the benefit of that fresh rubber, will they? They won't have enough laps for it. So I honestly don't know. Yeah, the Ferrari's really good through this middle sector here. And then Lewis drops back a little bit, and then he's not quite close enough to... he's not quite close enough to him. So... what are the movers and shakers at the end of this race? Someone's car alarm going off. I don't think it was mine. Verstappen putting in some really fast laps now, by the way. Half a second up on Perez that lap.
So last lap you were 4/10 quicker than Leclerc, 1.6 seconds quicker than Sainz, who's getting hassle from Hamilton.
Ooh, Max close to the wall, but not on it. Oof. What's that meant to mean? What a weird thing to say. Ted saying you could fit a credit card in that gap, and Crofty went, yeah, yours. What? Was that meant to be some sort of flex? Like, oh, I've got a better credit. I don't know if that was weird. So, yeah, Perez was slower by half a second on the last but one lap, but I think he was getting through traffic, and he's been getting through some more traffic now that Max is now going to have to also go through. Russell's back in DRS of Stroll. Barring anything crazy happening to Verstappen and Perez, I think that'll be the 1-2, and then Leclerc will come in third. Alonso doesn't quite have the pace. I don't see anyone having any. I don't see it having any big changes now. Obviously, Ocon and Hülkenberg are going to pit eventually. They're holding out for a safety car, but they are going to pit at some point, and they're going to drop out of the points. Norris will go up to 9th. And Tsunoda will be in 10th. Ooh, Nico. I mean, it's kind of basically Nico Hülkenberg and Ocon can't do it. They can't get any points because if they pit, they'll drop to last place. The only thing that saves them, is a safety car. That's it. And that's what they're doing now. They're just holding for a safety car in the hope that there is one. Charles Leclerc with the fastest lap. Where did that come from? What? What? Where's that come from? You've been a second slower the entire race, and then you just match the leaders randomly. What? Perez did a 44.8, Verstappen a 44.8, Leclerc a 44.6 out of nowhere. What? What the hell? That's so bizarre.
Slightly more power to give me at some stage.
Okay, we'll have a look.
That's so weird. It's so weird. Yeah, Alonso just did a 44.673. Leclerc did a 44.670, which was the fastest lap, and then Alonso did a 44.673, pretty much matching him. It's crazy. That's madness, isn't it? Out of nowhere, they just go, yeah, we can match the race pace. Alonso's 3.5 seconds off Leclerc, though. Nothing's going to happen there. It's been quite bland, really, hasn't it? it's been quite bland. But I think the sprint yesterday wasn't particularly exciting either, was it? Once it all settled down, it was just cars in sort of DRS trains. So...
Two cars in front, they're going to box soon.
Hulkenberg and Ocon are just hoping for a safety car. They're hoping for a safety car. That's all they're doing now. They have been on those hard tyres the entire race. 45 laps on those hard tyres. Just holding people up. Oh, dear me.
Back in a bit now.
Copy that. We see it.
I guess waiting for a SC.
Yeah, still worth going as long as we can.
Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? It was the same earlier, though, with... Oh, there you go. And just as you say that, Brock, Norris got past him. Just as you said it. Just as you said it. I found a lot of cars have been struggling to get past, even with DRS. They have shortened the DRS on the main straight by 100 meters this year. And I think cars have been struggling to get past, even with DRS. Oh, God. I mean, yeah, Hulkenberg's been on those tyres 45 laps. It's pretty wild, isn't it? Wow, I thought Yuki was going to send it on Hulkenberg there, but he didn't. Last laps, a 44.9 for Perez and a 45.1 for Verstappen. Charles Leclerc, 44.8. Does look like they're going to stop Mercedes, presumably. Or are they putting it back? Alonso, 44.9. Sainz, a 45.6. He's been miles off the pace, Carlos Sainz, hasn't he? Miles off the pace. Hamilton, a 45.5. Stroll, 45.6. Russell, 45.7. Yeah. And that's the biggest standout for me is Carlos Sainz and how much off the pace he's actually been. By his own admission, he said he's been struggling all weekend with the feel of the car, but he's just been so much slower, hasn't he? Hamilton's dropped back out of DRS of Sainz. To be honest, that Mercedes just doesn't have the pace through the middle sector to get the Ferrari. So I don't think he would have got past him anyway. Probably be a little bit upsetting for Hamilton because he started in 5th and he's going to end, well, if it ends like this, he'll end in 6th. Obviously losing out to Alonso in the safety car. But it's the way it works, isn't it? A red flag wouldn't really benefit them either, because everyone could change tyres. So they don't want a red flag. That would be bullshit. They want a safety car, really.
I think we need to pit the tires are set.
Just hang in there. Just try to stay out. The only chance is
I mean, it's stupid now keeping him out there on those tyres. It's stupid. Fucking stupid, like. Well, he's been struggling all weekend, though, Shock. Like, he's been struggling all weekend. Yeah. Yeah, these new regulations came into effect to improve overtaking, but as the cars have developed for the year and started creating more downforce, as engineers obviously naturally will do, they've actually become worse to follow. Not as bad as the old cars, but certainly worse than last year's cars. So overtaking and following another car is, you know, still difficult. Well, yeah, if a safety car came out, they would pit, but they would, you know, they would drop to 14th, 15th, 16th or something. And there's not really many laps for them to gain all those positions back. So, honestly, I don't think there's anything for them to gain anymore. I think the chance of gaining something went 10 laps ago. So... yeah, Verstappen just did a fast lap. Fastest lap, 44.5, 3/10 quicker than Perez, but... and then Fernando Alonso, fastest lap. 44.5 as well. Yeah. Is Fernando just playing games or what? I think he is. He's playing games.
So you've got this plus
Yellow flag?
Sonoda. That's for P10.
There was a very, very quick yellow flag. It's gone green straight away. Debris. Hmm. Yes. Oh, George is just... oh, George went on at turn 1. I see. I don't think George will be particularly happy with the race today. Stappen, another quickest lap. And then Alonso, a quickest lap. Like, what the hell? Where's this pace coming from Fernando Alonso? Another 3/10 quicker than Leclerc. It's too late now, mate. George Russell going to put the softs on to get a fastest lap point.
And Winnie is getting gastier.
A 44.2 is the fastest lap, and George is going to come in, go out, and do a fast lap. I'm not sure this fastest lap is necessary, but, you know. Why not, I suppose? Why not? This has been an uneventful race, but from Perez, fair play to him, man. He's had the pace. He was right up Max Verstappen's chuff before he pitted. Right? He was right up. And then, yeah, he got ahead of him during the safety car. But he's outpaced him. He's matched pace, and he's gone quicker when he's needed to. And he's outpaced him. Oh, there's people. Why is Ocon not pitting? What? So there's people in the pit lane, but Ocon still needs to pit? Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, no! Jesus Christ! That is unbelievable. Ocon coming into the pits, and the whole pit is covered by photographers. What? Perez is going to win. Perez wins. Max finishes second. That is unfucking believable. That is unbelievable. That should never happen. Ever. That is unbelievable. Alonso's within DRS of Charles Leclerc on the last lap. He actually closed that 3-second gap, by the way. Yeah, that is unbelievable. Lewis will get 6th behind Carlos Sainz in 5th, Stroll 7th. Is Russell got the fastest lap? Or is he going to get it? Let's have a look. He has the quickest first sector. Quickest middle sector. So he should get it comfortably. Unbelievable. That should never happen. They should never be allowed in the pit lane until the race has finished. Crazy. Did he get it? Yeah, 43.3, yeah. Russell takes that extra point. There was just photographers going, oh shit, it's a car! Is Horner going to come on and congratulate him for an epic drive? Like he does with Max? No message from Christian Horner saying how good he was. Interesting. Maybe it was there, we just wasn't broadcast, maybe.
King of the streets.
Well done, guys. We dominated this weekend. Well done, guys. Well done. We just have to sort out the issues. We cannot have the issues like Melbourne. And we are in the fight, guys. Well done. What a job. And this one goes to Thibaut and his wife.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Horner comes on the radio to Max instead and actually says to Max, yeah, well done, Max. Checo got lucky with a safety car, but it's a long season. What? I can't believe Horner's just said that. Forget the safety car. Perez then outpaced him the entire rest of the race. Max couldn't get close to him. He couldn't get close to him. Perez wins. Horner isn't on the radio congratulating him. He's telling Max, yeah, Checo got lucky there, mate. But, you know, it is what it is. Fuck off. Like, that's why I hate Christian Horner. Like, get out. Get out. Get out. Like, yes, Perez got lucky with the safety car. He did. But he had the pace to win that race. He had the pace to win. He closed the gap to Max before Max pitted. He had the pace. Like, it's very unjust to just say he was lucky, because he had an element of luck that got him there, but he had the pace this weekend. You know? Yeah, that's... Hmm. Hmm. I mean, Perez has been really good this season, other than, you know, his mistake in Melbourne, obviously. He's been, you know, he's been really good. Right. I'm not going to hang around and watch the podium and everything. There's not really much else to talk about. I'm going to start carrying on working on my race review. Or weekend review. That might be live later today. We'll see how I get on. Yeah. Right. Thank you all. I love you all. Thank you very, very much for joining me for the race. It was a bit of a snooze fest, wasn't it? Elements of interest, but, you know, it wasn't the best race we've ever seen. It's not been the best Baku race, to be perfectly honest with you. And so, yeah. I will be back tomorrow on Twitch, tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock-ish, that sort of time. We will be back live on Twitch. Probably trying to crack on with Jedi, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we get on. So I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.